There is noise, and there is stillness. Trends rush by like passing seasons, fleeting, restless, always asking for more. But timelessness endures. It whispers rather than shouts. It deepens as the years unfold. A home built on timelessness becomes a quiet reflection of restraint and reverence. Not for what is new, but for what is lasting. It finds warmth in simplicity, dignity in silence, and confidence in calm. Between seasons, it remains composed. Between styles, it stays whole. A home like this doesn't chase the world, it invites it to slow down. A timeless home begins not with color or furniture, but with atmosphere. It values balance over novelty, proportion over attention, craftsmanship over convenience. In this foundation, restraint becomes beauty. Walls stay calm. Lines are deliberate. Each detail feels chosen, never forced. Space itself becomes the quiet frame of life. Stillness allows ordinary things to feel sacred. When there is room to breathe, light to move, silence to settle, the home begins to hold time instead of chase it. The living room becomes the conversation between proportion and ease. It does not seek applause. It seeks comfort with quiet confidence. Timelessness here lives in edited comfort, sofas in natural linen, silhouettes with balance, generous scale that remains humble. Materials feel related, tones remain cohesive, and light layers softly around them. The luxury comes not from what is shown, but from what is felt. Calm settles first. The room restores before it impresses. In the kitchen, timelessness reveals itself in honesty. Marble wears its years with grace. Oak deepens in tone. Brass softens into warmth. Everything serves a purpose, yet nothing feels mechanical. Clean lines, balanced proportions, concealed appliances, a rhythm of quiet precision. It ages with dignity, not style. Every morning, every supper, every moment remains grounded in gentle order. In the bedroom, timelessness becomes silence. Textures soften, colors retreat, and light turns forgiving. The bed anchors the space, structured yet tender. Symmetry lends calm. Layers of fabric meet in harmony, and every surface invites rest. There is nothing excessive here, only the whisper of still air. It feels restorative, not decorative. The room becomes a quiet presence, composed and certain, as if time itself pauses at its door. Here, timelessness speaks the language of purity. Stone, glass, and metal form the elemental palette of permanence. Every surface meets light with intention. There is no clutter to distract, no gloss to impress. Fixtures feel substantial, not loud. The rhythm of repetition becomes its quiet ornament. Luxury lies in endurance, in the weight of materials, in the stillness of design. Decade after decade, light finds its familiar path across the same serene stone. timeless home breathes through its layers, not in accumulation, but in intention. Light, sound, texture, scent, each one chosen for harmony. Every sense is considered. Fresh air over artificial fragrance. Soft sound over constant music. Natural tone that shifts with daylight. Every element has meaning, not decoration. Editing becomes the highest refinement. Negative space holds the same weight as what fills it. Here, restraint breathes softly, and luxury becomes almost invisible. Timelessness begins in the structure itself. Doors close with weight. Thresholds align with care. Light meets walls shaped by craftsmanship, not fashion. Lime-washed plaster, aged timber, stone beneath the feet, materials chosen for how they change with time. Finishes remain consistent, hardware unified. Nothing feels temporary. Design becomes dialogue between permanence and patina. The home matures gracefully. Quiet luxury endures not in display, but in feeling. Light is the oldest luxury. It needs no embellishment, only respect. When light becomes the focal point, design gains depth without excess. Natural light shifts through the day, painting walls with stories. Window placement, reflection, and shadow create subtle theater across materials. The house lives and breathes through this quiet choreography. When night falls, layered lighting continues the calm, ambient, accent, task, each one echoing the softness of day. It is gentle, warm, and enduring. The hardest lesson in timeless design is knowing when to stop. Restraint is not limitation, it is confidence. It is the quiet courage to say enough. Clarity replaces clutter. Proportion replaces excess. The home begins to breathe again. It chooses, it edits, it refines. And in that process, it discovers its identity, assured, balanced, timeless. Through years and celebrations, through silence and laughter, a timeless home remains constant. It adapts gently, but never loses character. It is designed to age, not decay. Morning light glows on familiar walls. Evening shadows return as old friends. Time moves, but the atmosphere stays calm. Such homes remind us that beauty is not built. It is revealed, slowly, in the rhythm of everyday living. To live timelessly is to live with intention. To shape a home not for the moment, but for meaning. To find peace in the enduring. The true elegance of a home lies in proportion, balance, and restraint. It is the art of what remains after everything unnecessary is gone. Stop following trends. Begin building permanence. For a home that endures is not loud, but quietly alive, a reflection of care, patience, and timeless grace.